Hello everyone, I'm Recv5,
And I am SM099.
and welcome to Madden NFL 2005.
Yes, and this will be Season 1 of the brand new Magicians franchise.
Yes, the Birmingham Magicians.
Yeah. And we elected to go with all-pro difficulty and then just adjust sliders.
Yeah, and make the AI overbearing instead of playing on all Madden, and there's a reason for that Sandman wants to show.
Yes. Okay, because this is a game that I played recently on an all-Madden difficulty with my favorite franchise, of course, the New York Spitfires. Okay?
Yep.
And I'm playing against the Boston Royals, who are a mid-level team. But on all Madden, of course, everybody is an upper echelon team. However, what I wanted to show here, first of all, we'll just run through this play slowly, is, of course, this is a usual pass play. It's something that everyone will see many times on my offense. But, you know, like drop back to pass, throw the bomb down there, and the wide receiver is wide open and catches it, right? And it's a touchdown. But what I wanted to talk about here is the fact that while this is on all Madden difficulty, okay, many times with this same matchup, with this same coverage, when you throw this pass in here on all Madden difficulty, well, what can happen is this player here, this defender, will actually warp into position to either break up the pass, like usually to just break up the pass. It's still a pretty safe pass to throw in all Madden. You know, like you're not going to throw too many interceptions throwing this, but still, what'll happen here is that he'll suddenly warp into position and stick a hand up and knock the pass away.
Yep.
Right? And that happens very often on all Madden difficulty level, even if the coverage guy looks like he's beaten, and the relative positions are pretty much like this, okay? When you see a receiver ahead of a defender like this, well, that defender is beaten, right? There's no way that he can make up that ground and get in on the play unless the ball is badly underthrown or something, right? But if you throw the ball properly and get it out here, well, it doesn't seem to matter. Even on all Madden, this guy, if the dice roll is right, will make up that 5-yard gap and stick a hand up and knock it down.
Yep.
Which is one of the reasons why we don't do this on all Madden. But the other thing is, we're playing on all Madden, and what the defensive play call here is, and I have a theory, because they send 7 here, right? But I think what this play is it's either fireman or edge sting. Like
yep.
One of the two zero blitz plays in the 4-3 playbook, right?
Yep.
And I think because of the way that number 54 is lined up, I think he's locked up in man lock coverage on the fullback here, right? That's why he's standing where he is. And when the fullback stays in to block, he just joins the pass rush. I think 59 here and the outside linebacker 51 were already coming on a blitz, right? So basically they're sending 7. There's man-to-man coverage on everybody. This guy, instead of joining the pass rush, because I think he's man-to-man on the halfback, well, he drops back and sort of plays an improvised deep zone, right?
Although he was way out of position from the get-go.
Well, the thing is, it turns into a 1 deep. So, you know, he's not going to know where that pass is going until it's actually in the air, and then he reacts, right? There's no way he's going to get in position. Unless this was a pass over the middle, he's never going to be part of the play. But anyway, this is the kind of thing, though, that I've talked about before when I say overplaying the run.
Yep.
And the play calling strategy on all Madden difficulty does not improve. Okay? It's
still the same.
It's still the same. And the thing is, though, watch what happens on this blitz, too, right? Like, here comes that linebacker through the middle. They basically completely overwhelm the line because they've got more guys coming than the number of blockers I have available to pick them all up, right?
Yep.
You know, like this guy goes out to pick him up. He's got a man. He has a man. He has a guy. My halfback actually does a good job picking up that guy. He picks up him, and this defensive end just, basically gets a little bit of a bump on the tackle and then runs around him, right? So, and again, this receiver has got 99 speed, so he may or may not have been able to open up that big of a gap.
But sometimes, even with the 99 speed, even if that guy doesn't have 99 speed, the guy covering him, he'll still warp anyway.
Sometimes, even with in fact, I had it happen a couple of times in this game. Okay. And unfortunately, I didn't think to save a replay of it. This was like about the third or fourth attempt at this type of pass that I'd made. And this was the first one that I actually connected on, right? Because the previous ones, this defender basically just would go zoop and literally
slide across the field.
Slide across the field and stick a hand up, and suddenly, even though it looks like he's beaten, he's suddenly in position, right?
Yep.
And you see a lot of that sort of thing going on. But anyway, I guess we'll pause and go on to the game now.
All right. And we're back.
Yes. And so, in episode 1, which is week 0, I guess, is when we set our rosters and we did the training camp and all that kind of good stuff.
Yep.
So now we're ready to play our first exhibition game. And our first exhibition game is against the Baltimore Hawks, who are an strong offense team.
Indeed. Right? And you know what? I actually had an idea for an adjustment to my playbook. To specialize for the current team of the Magicians.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a fast dime back, but they have a safety, but that safety takes an awareness penalty when he plays at corner.
Yeah.
So I'd make a version of my dime that replaces the dime back with an actual safety.
Yeah, with strong safety too.
That's right. But I haven't done that yet. Which
can be done, by the way.
So we'll have to deal with that shortcoming for the duration of this game.
Well, you know what? We are going to have to look at this exhibition season as an evaluation time and a chance for players to improve themselves anyway, right? Winning and losing is not really a huge thing. And I really don't know what to expect with the changes that we've made. I know that in test games, we've had some pretty close competitive games, but we've still done okay. Like we weren't getting blown out or anything like that.
Yeah, and the Leopards are a worse team than this.
Yeah. Well, in some ways. In other ways, their offense is, mainly because of the halfback they have, their offense is far more explosive. And I found that I could make up some ground and make up deficits and that kind of thing, but with that quick strike capability, right? Whereas this team does not have a quick strike capable type player.
This team doesn't have a player on the offense with a speed rating higher than 79.
Yeah. So I'm going to be changing my tactics a little bit and trying to play a little bit more. Wow, they don't even talk very much before the game on the exhibition season. As I was saying, I'm going to try and alter my strategy a little bit. We won the toss. We're in a dome, so I'm just going to elect a kick. To try and play a little more of a possession type of game.
Mm-hmm.
And, if there's a longer shot available, I might still try it. But because I can, with these plays, I can throw deeper passes to slower receivers and still be successful sometimes, right?
Yeah. This team also has, Anthony Gaines on steroids for halfback.
Yeah. Well, and that sort of is, as far as the running game goes, that's sort of a bit more my style anyway, because I'm more of a jam it down the middle kind of guy rather than an outside runner like you are, right?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Anthony Gaines was from our original Lifer series all those years ago, and he's like a big power back kind of guy.
Yeah, not very fast, but he could break tackles and He was one of those players where if you met a defender head on, usually even if he was tackled by that defender, he would fall forward.
Yep.
Which is a good quality to have in a back, especially if you run up the middle a lot. Right?
Which that was all that I could figure out how to do back in Season 1 of the Lifers.
Yeah, well, that's still all I've ever managed to figure out how to do, really.
I mean, I couldn't even figure out how to do it. Remember, it's funny because now I can get like 160 to 180 yards on the ground in a single game. But back then, I was lucky if I got like 40 or 50.
Yeah, well, you could probably still outrush me even with this team, but...
Oh yeah, our kicker is absolutely terrible. He's like the worst kicker we've ever seen.
From the 8-yard line to the 20.
Wow, the coverage team isn't too good either. I might have to try that squib kick thing out a little bit.
I say do it.
Because that was nerve-wracking, that first kickoff return. Wow.
I say it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Going to the air on first down. Closing in, tossing it over the middle. Ball with the stop.
Well, these guys are a high-powered passing team, so...
Yep.
I'll tell you what, he does a great
and these guys also have a tough running back, too.
And we also got to enable that line of scrimmage.
Oh, yes. We didn't quite have that done.
There we go.
We'll go back to the play on the field.
Yeah, number 25 there.
Caldwell is the deep back.
Yeah, Lorenzo Caldwell, right?
Passing on first down. Steps up.
Oh, well.
The quarterback is dropped.
There's Freeborg getting a sack.
The Hawks come into today's game with one of the most potent offenses in the NFL, John, and clearly they have a chance to blow this one open.
The defense has its work cut out for it, but they have to play aggressively and keep
That's a good start.
They want to come away with a win in this one.
Now in second and long after the sack. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. McGuire sends a man in motion. Launching the pass deep down the right side.
Yeah, well, they're not as aware as they should be either.
Yep.
So they're not going to try to reach their hands up and knock that down during preseason. They're going to have to improve into that.
Yeah, well, you're also lacking a little in speed at the cornerback position over there, too, and as well as the safety position. So,
9 yards.
you know, like that guy was on the verge of being able to outrun the, what do you call it? The amount of coverage on the field that you're capable of.
Some changes up front. Pressure gets the pass.
Oh, come on! Come on, man.
Oh.
Even when things go right, they go wrong.
Well, that's looking a little rough.
4 more yards to finish off the drive with a touchdown. Making some changes along the defensive front. They line up in the I formation. Setting up play action.
Oh!
Nearly intercepted. Oh, man, he had it in the end zone but dropped it.
Well, that's the first dropped interception of the game. And actually, that's another reason we decided to play on All-Pro instead, because on All Madden, the interception slider is extremely difficult to manage, because if you leave it at default, you never get an interception, ever. And if you turn it up any higher than default, you get way too many. Right? Like, there isn't...
Oh, he's going to run it in.
Yeah. There isn't a way to regulate it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas here, you can leave the interception slider at default and get a reasonably realistic amount of interceptions.
Yeah, you don't
season.
get like 6 a game.
Yeah. Like for your defensive scheme, you'll probably get 8 or 10, maybe 11 interceptions in a season.
In an entire season, yep.
Yeah, in an entire season as a team, right? And you might have 1 or 2 players that have 2 or 3 apiece, right?
to the 20.
by the end of the season.
Well, we almost got up that gap, but I couldn't quite turn fast enough.
Yeah, it's too bad you couldn't get that interception in the end zone there, because you would have had them stopped.
Well, nobody on my defensive teams have ever really been able to catch, though, so is it any surprise?
Number 41 is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 37-yard line. He came bursting through the line for a big game.
I'll tell you, that's a perfect example of how to run the ball.
So Rotolo there, I believe, is our halfback.
He really shows that he can do on runs like that.
And that was him carrying the ball up the middle there. And it looks like since the Hawks are a 3-4 based defense, I'm going to probably try and do that kind of thing quite a bit.
Actually, I thought Rotolo was the fullback.
Is he the fullback? I don't know. I'll have to check.
No, it's Rojas who's the fullback, I think. So yeah, maybe it is Rotolo who's the halfback. I think you're right. No, it's C. Johnson. So yeah, that was the fullback.
Yeah, so that was the fullback carrying the ball up the middle there. That being said, he is a converted halfback, right?
Nope. Shield.
He is actually the...
He's actually just a fast fullback.
Yeah.
This team has a really a lot of skill at fullback for a cupcake team.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we managed to get a first down on the ground to start things off. But now...
Johnson comes in motion.
Okay.
Dropping back to pass on first down.
Oh, that guy Supermaned it out there.
Yeah, we've got knockdowns cranked up to the absolute max, so if they can knock it down, they will.
That's right.
Even with Gaffney's strong arm here, who has about 88 throw power, I think.
Yeah, something like that. He's got a pretty good arm.
A little bit inaccurate, but he is a first-year cupcake team guy.
Looking for a receiver, gets the pass off. With the adjustment, he has it. He caught the pass, but didn't go anywhere.
Okay, well, see, this is what I try and do too, flooding out a zone. And you'll notice that this guy here sticks with the flat zone guy, right?
Yep.
Like he's playing a flat, and he sticks with him. And so that means I've got to throw to the tight end who's kind of splitting that zone, right?
Yep. So let's pick up the action.
That being said, it worked out okay.
And this is the fifth play of this drive. Ball at about midfield. Looks like he's changing the play.
Okay, here, hopefully we can get in there.
Easy.
So, against a 3-4 base team like this, I do intend to try and test the middle of their defense quite a bit. And that means lots of dive plays and that kind of thing, right?
Well, and if that'll help you control the clock, then it'll be easier on my defense, too.
Yeah.
But it's not like I had the wrong coverage on that long bomb. I had two guys deep to cover it. They just didn't do a very good job because they're just first-year cupcake players. Really, actually, if you want to play solid defense, you really need players with high awareness. And I'd actually even say it's better to have players who have high awareness than it is to have players who are physically talented.
True.
Because at least they'll make the right plays when it comes to knocking down the pass.
Yeah, well, a lot of the way that the gameplay is built in this game, though, they rely heavily on particularly speed for defensive backs to make up for pursuit angle mistakes and things like that, right?
Or awareness, so that they just don't make those mistakes.
Yeah.
Alright, that's how we ended up having a slow player like Grant Brown on the Lifers, who only had 70 speed, be our nickelback for like, I don't even know how many seasons.
Well, we only played 3 seasons there, but he was the nickel guy on all 3 seasons, so yeah. And he was also a Pro Bowl player, too.
Yep, but he had 99 awareness by the end of the first season, so...
See, that's the difference on that run. If that had been like Kelvin Allen, I would have picked up 10 yards on that, right?
Yeah, because he's a fair bit faster.
They'll get a first down if they can move the ball inside the 19-yard line.
Well, here we go. First pass to a wide receiver.
Dropping back, passes left.
And he dropped it.
And he's the number 1 guy with 70-something catching, right?
Yeah, he is.
No, he's the number 2 guy.
Yeah, he's the number 2 guy with 70-something catching.
Yeah, because the number 2 guy also... Everybody on this team is a possession receiver. So the first 2 receivers have like 74 and 70 catching respectively, I think.
Yeah.
And then the next 3 receivers have 51, 50, and 50.
Yeah, they're not good.
Surveying the field. Gets the pass.
Well, he caught that one anyway.
Yep.
That keeps the drive alive for one more play.
There's no substitute for picture-perfect route.
You'll notice that I'm handing it on a dive play to the leading fullback here quite a bit, eh?
Yeah, that's Shields, too. He's the converted halfback.
Yeah.
But he's 241 pounds. I mean, he should play fullback, really.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can catch, too.
He's got a decent catching ability.
Well, he caught that one. He's going to get a touchdown.
Nice.
Incredible pass by the quarterback.
And that's one of those passes
It's pretty important, too, to be able to, maintain possession of the ball and score touchdowns for me on offense, because I don't have that explosiveness now, right?
Yep.
So I have to try and keep the score close and keep the ball out of the opposing offense's hands as long as possible, right?
That's right, yep.
Because that one there took me 11 plays to go 67 yards, so... And I don't think there's going to be very many, long touchdown passes or that sort of thing in this particular playthrough, at least not for the first season or two, anyway.
Yeah, probably not.
First and 10. The quarterback gets set with only one.
Well, we're going to line up in our dime and back everybody up.
First down.
Oh, well, you had a defender right there that time.
That was a perfect opportunity to make a big play for his defense. He lets it go as
That's the
incomplete
second
pass
dropped
rather than
interception of the
touchdown.
game.
Yeah, but this is one of my defenses we're talking about. We see that all the time. It's practically inherent in the type of defense that I play.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Hand it off. Looking for leverage.
I think that your nickel guy got suction blocked there
Yeah,
because he was standing right in the path of the running back, and then suddenly he got sucked sideways into a blocker, right?
well, thankfully we had 2 more guys back there.
Yeah.
Caldwell in the backfield. Hands it off. Woodson with the tackle at the
Yeah, that's my
41.
gap.
Yep.
And he picks up about 4.
Well, you managed to prevent him from getting a big gain there anyway.
They need 6. Caldwell is the deep back. Looking for room. He'll feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, with how hard he just got hit, he's lucky to be able to hold on to the ball.
Well,
4-yard gain on the play.
They got 4 wide receivers. Well, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, but might as well be 4 wide receivers with these guys because their tight ends are fast.
Hard to explain this one. The quarterback gets set
well,
with
hopefully
only
they
one
fall
back
into
behind
that
him.
trap. Oh, well, they fell into the trap of running the toss on 3rd and short.
Against the dime defense.
Yeah.
We know that
Yeah, I don't think the toss play is the right run play to run against the dime defense. I think you should just stick it between the guard and the center.
Comes into the game for the punt.
Well, that's what I would do.
Yeah, well, we just played a whole season of Madden 12 where we did that.
Yeah.
Just about nonstop.
Again and again and again.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Terrible bounce.
Yeah, what a bounce that was.
It's first and 10. come out in a nickel package. Shields. Number 50. Stops
Can't run up the middle, can't run sideways, can't go anywhere.
Well, at least he caught a touchdown pass for you.
Yeah.
He knows how to play the game, and he always knows what's going on.
Second and long. Gaffney sends a man in motion. Dropping back, throws on the run.
Nice.
I kind of suspected that linebacker would be blitzing.
Pass was right into the receiver's hand.
Yeah, this quarterback
So at
is
least
stress
this gives
accuracy
me
all
a
year.
chance,
Repetition
right?
and control gives the guy confidence to deliver the ball on
Now, that
target.
was a good pre-snap read, although you took a bit of a shot for it.
Yeah, well, you will when you run directly toward a blitzing linebacker, right? Let's just hope the trailer there can catch a ball now.
He can't.
He goes to the left side.
No, he
No,
caught
he
it.
caught it anyways.
Yeah, breaks a tackle, keeps going. Yeah.
Yeah, Traylor used to play cornerback for us, and then we converted him to a wide receiver because he had a tackling rating of 12.
This is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that first down.
Well, okay. We'll try this.
Gaffney sends a man in motion. Johnson.
Hey, it
Number
worked.
41 makes
Yep.
the tackle at the 45-yard line. So that
I was
play goes
thinking
for
that
about
maybe that linebacker was going to shoot that gap, but he didn't. Because I guess these guys are a strong offense team, right?
That's right. I was kind of hoping that because I had, it was a 3-4 defense, and they actually had,
Shield.
like a guard there without a guy lined up directly across from him. I was kind of hoping that maybe I'd be able to hold that gap shut.
Receiver scrambling around under pressure, and he is bumped out of bounds.
Well, you picked up yards
46-yard
Yeah,
line.
I picked up a yard anyway.
and stopped the clock.
Picked up a couple.
He tucked it,
Well,
couldn't
that
find
was an
any room to run.
unintended consequence, but,
Yeah, the quarterback on this team has like 70 speed as well.
yeah.
Sixth play of this
Yeah,
drive.
he's a bit
They
more
move about.
mobile than a typical cupcake quarterback is.
That
Well,
moves in
this
motion.
time around we've got a zone defense there, so I guess we'll have to...
Hit Williams on the right.
Drops back. They got
Oh, I couldn't even... Oh, come on, that's... Oh, I don't see how they could rule that a fumble. I just don't. Because I have a replay that I'm going to show next episode of a fumble that was overturned,
Hand it off.
and you know what? It was a way closer call than that.
33-yard line. Gain of 3.
Oh well.
First down marker just inside the 27.
There's not much about we can do about it right now.
No. Well, the thing about those quarterback fumbles like that is that you can't even challenge them and win, really.
Looking upfield.
Oh, he just ran right past me.
Ziegler makes the play at the 21. Good gain there and a first down.
If the defense keeps giving up runs like that,
And we're ready to start the second quarter. So we have first and 10 here. The defense is going to play this one very tight.
Oh, well. I guess we kind of let ourselves in for some of that kind of thing, though, right?
Yep.
McGuire sends a man in motion. He'll get the call again. Ziegler is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 9-yard line. And that gain will get them a fresh set of downs.
he just exploded towards the marker that time. That was a big-time run.
The players are moving up to press the receivers.
Had a chance to change the course of the game for a bit,
The
but
lone back. McGuire sends a man in motion. Pressure coming. Goes to the end zone.
Ah,
Right on
yeah,
it.
that was non-coverage coverage there.
They wanted to.
well, we were playing man under 3 there, right?
Yeah.
And we have our man coverage and we have our 3 deep zones.
Yeah.
But
Thing is, though,
yeah,
the zone guy over there, you saw him twitch because you had that number 87 running into the middle.
Well, that's the thing too, right? Because we've actually got a middle zone guy here.
Yeah,
too.
I know. But it's a weakness of any kind of 3 deep zone, though, right?
Yeah. Well, still, though, you'd think the man coverage guy does better, too. I mean, the thing is, you're not going to be able to run a near cover 4 defense against a 4 wide receiver set when everybody is better than all of your receivers, or than all of your coverage guys.
Yeah.
Because you'll have one-on-one coverage across the field, and then you're screwed damned if you do and damned if you don't, right?
Yeah, that's true.
This is looking to be one of those types of games, though, where I give up 1 touchdown per quarter.
Maybe, although the fact that we had a turnover in our own end of the field probably did not help, right?
First and 10. The defense lines up in the nickel. Looks like he's calling an audible. Passing on first down with the throw.
Well, I think we're probably going to see a lot of that kind of thing,
especially from a first-year cupcake team.
Yeah.
Pass into your hands and secure it before you start thinking about running it downfield.
Directing traffic.
First-year cupcake teams really are difficult.
Yep, it's tough to do anything good with them, for sure.
Come on, Johnson.
Gets the pass off, and
I would have thrown it to Johnson.
I wasn't even looking deep. I probably should have been, but I don't have very much faith.
Actually, he was the guy down in the flat on the right.
Oh, was he?
Now he'll be the deep guy.
Changing the play now. Drops back. He surveys the field. Throwing.
Oh, wow.
That was ridiculously off target.
That was ridiculously off target.
As a coach, if you see your quarterback struggling, you have to call a play that is best suited for him. I don't think they're doing that.
Offense couldn't get it done, and they'll line up to punt.
Thing is, it looked like I had him open too, right?
From the 29. The last drive resulting in a touchdown, mainly because of their running game. Let's see if that's their focal point once again here.
I mean, I don't know how it could be because of their running game when they got a passing touchdown.
Yeah, well.
Caldwell, the lone setback. Caldwell.
It kind of looks to me like they can run or pass at will here anyway, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just keep giving them the ball.
Second down, 2 to go. The corners playing off a bit. They line up in the I formation. He gets the catch. Ooh, that one will leave a mark.
He got hit so hard.
Except for when they dick around at the line like that.
That one goes for just a few yards. He was building up some steam, but couldn't keep it going.
You have to credit the defense for playing the run so well. If they can keep holding them to gains like that, you won't see too many rushes from the offense in the second half.
The 40, Abraham makes the tackle.
Well, we had our safeties back there at least.
Continues to assert himself with the running
Yeah,
game.
I noticed you're having a hard time shedding blocks there too, eh?
Yeah, I am. I'm getting totally blocked out. There's nothing I can do.
Play up in the backfield, and he's brought down for a loss. Outstanding play.
I'll tell you, that was a heck of an effort to get in there and make that play and force him into a big loss like that.
Only one man in the backfield. McGuire with a man in motion. Closing in, gets the pass.
Another dropped interception.
Well, I mean, I don't think that guy actually even tried to intercept it. I think he just more or less got hit by it.
Yeah, he got hit by it, I guess,
They'll
yeah.
have their hands full when they get out in this field.
Caldwell, the deep back. Drops back. Pressure. Goes with a short pass to the right side.
All right. Well,
we needed that one.
You needed that one, yeah. Good job. That's the way to keep us in the game.
He'll try to place this one inside their 5. Here's the kick.
Well, he booted that one right out the back of the end zone there.
Yep.
Well, here we go again.
It's 1st and 10. The defense lines up in the nickel.
Okay.
Looks like he's calling an audible. Johnson comes in motion. Pass play here on 1st down. Gets rid of it. Can't find a way to
You know, I think he actually has worse catching than the fullbacks.
slip out of his hand.
Probably, but he was the open guy, right? Probably we're going to see a lot of that, though, because not only is this a first-year cupcake team, but we also did a lot of slider adjustments to make it harder to play offense.
That's right. We actually turned down all of our offensive sliders.
Throwing in and out of his hand.
Another one we bounced off of him, right?
May have tried to put
Wow.
a little too much oomph on that throw.
They'll go with the quarter defense. Johnson in motion, calling an audible. He surveys the field on the move.
But he was the only open guy there. The other guy got jammed.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was all you could do.
the thing is, though, he dropped it too, right? So we've got a lot of drop passes so far in this game already.
Yeah, I imagine we'll probably have around 10 at this rate.
Oh, probably, yeah. We'll have at least 10 drop passes in this game.
Otto's a
The
linebacker.
34-yard line. It's free.
Oh, yeah.
Grabs the line.
Yeah, he's our backup, I think, right outside or left outside linebacker. What position does he play? Let's take a look at that.
Well,
The man.
hopefully they don't challenge
highlight.
it. Yeah. Hopefully they don't challenge it, but...
And welcome back.
Oh, yeah, you're on offense.
Oh, yeah.
You handed me the controller back.
Yeah. Okay, well,
1st and 10.
it's going to stand up. Gotta look at that again. Hey. See that? I just gave him the hit stick there, eh?
Yeah.
Because I saw I had 2 more guys there if I missed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you miss.
So I figured I'd give it a try and, yeah, force the fumble.
Get back to the action on the field.
That's awesome. I love it when that happens.
This one is handed off. Cook with the stop at the 42-yard line. They tried to move the ball on the ground.
Well, you know what? Positive yards on 1st down makes it easier to make 3rd and long.
It certainly does.
Hawks come out on a nickel package. He sees something in the defense. Gaffney with a man in motion.
And hopefully this guy will catch the occasional pass that I throw to him too.
Dropping back. Gets the pass off.
Well, he caught that one.
He's caught both of the passes you've thrown to him.
No, he dropped one on the last possession before I punted.
Did he? I thought that was to Johnson.
When he throws on the run.
He may actually be better when he moves like that. He's
But maybe
one
it
of
was the
those guys
Shields.
who's good at
I
creating-
wasn't paying too close
good at
attention.
moving around
Oh
back
my.
there. Then a lot of times
I think this
he'll
is
give
a
the receiver
passing
an extra
situation.
beat that he needs to get open.
Looks like he's calling an audible. Passing on 1st down. Throws on the move. He hits his receiver. Number 50.
Yeah, that's one of our tight ends.
At the
Yep.
20-yard line. Caught the pass
He might even be the
on
first string tight end.
They were on him like glue.
They have to get it past the 14.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten to know all
First
these
down.
players yet. Hutchinson, yeah, he's the first string guy.
Calling an audible.
Oh, bringing up Mr. Safety.
Okay, we're going to change the play then and run it away from him.
Handed off to the fullback. Harvey makes the tackle. At
Well, you
the
didn't lose
20.
anything.
Johnson couldn't even get out of the backfield.
This defense is extremely active and effective up front. They do a good job of getting upfield quickly, creating havoc in the backfield. Misdirection plays and draws can be a good way to use their speed and aggressiveness against them.
Hawks come out on a nickel package. Gaffney with a man in motion. Looks like he's changing the play. He sees something in the defense. On the run.
And the first string wide receiver bails us out.
Yep.
Now this is one heck of a play. Look at it. You're in a hole here on third down. And they come through with this perfect play that gets them a first and keeps the drive going.
For a second there, I thought Gaffney forgot where he was trying to line up. He was going to try and line up behind the guard, eh?
Ah. That would surely just be cupcake factor.
Yeah.
Again with the carry. He just unloaded on it.
Boom. Now that is what football's all about.
And John is still trying to move the ball on the ground.
This is a tough physical team that likes to run the ball in just about any situation. When you can run the ball consistently, it really wears down the interior line and helps to slow down those pass rushers.
Johnson moves in motion. Changing the play now.
Oh, that guy didn't step offside.
Throws on
Oh!
I guess I hurried that a little too much, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Brings up a third down play. 8th play of this drive.
You're nervous now.
Well, no, I'm used to operating with receivers who are a little bit faster, right?
He sees something in the defense. With the pass, he finds his man. Number 45.
Well, trailer got you into extra point distance.
Yeah, that'll be an easy field goal anyway.
And the kicking team
He's doing surprisingly well for a guy with 51 catching. Far better than Phil Farr there, your wide receiver 5, who has 49 catching, 35 strength, and 64 speed.
Yeah.
No problem for him. Whatever the situation, he'll approach it the same way. Cool and smooth.
Well, it took me 5 minutes to move the ball 38 yards there.
Peak efficiency, man.
Nice kick and returnable. From the 6-yard line to the 20. Stiff arm.
Go Taylor.
Start the drive from the 26-yard line.
All right, what do we got going on here?
1st and 10. Caldwell.
Oh, well, that's okay,
That's
though.
okay, yeah. You still had it defended.
And he drops an easy one.
That's one advantage to playing mostly man coverage, though, is that they are not nearly as affected by play action, right? Like the pass rush can get screwed up by it, but at least your coverage guys are not going to drop their coverages, right?
Yep.
Has shown why he's such a threat on the ground and gets closer to 100 yards rushing. Ball on their own 39. Nose play to the right. Ziegler with the stop.
There's me at nose tackle out there at the sideline.
Yeah. Well, you got to play sideline to sideline, though. Because I noticed on that play, even though you managed to eventually get a stop, you could have gotten one a little earlier if one of the other AI-controlled defenders had not run into a pair of players that were already locked up in a block, right?
Yep.
You know, you see a lot of that kind of thing, right? And
It's all awareness and pursuit angles.
what they should have done in Madden 06 is as soon as somebody in the meetings proposed that career mode, they should have fired him. And then, like worked on, getting somebody in there who would work on making better defender pursuit angles. Even if they only made one change, one improvement, they could have done that. And they could have done one thing at a time each year until they had a masterpiece, right?
It also gets exacerbated by our low awareness rating, too.
Yeah. But still, even with higher level teams, you see that kind of thing happen a lot too, though, right?
Watch here. He just barrels into the defender, taking him right off the turf. Now that is a textbook block right there.
Loosening up the coverage on the outside. McGuire sends a man in motion. Again, he'll get the call. Love makes the play at the 30.
Well, I don't think that was the right call.
Well,
Since that guy didn't block Tiki Love.
yeah.
Hey, there you go. Our defensive end and the best player on the defense, his name is Tiki Love.
Yeah.
They've got receivers bunched together on both sides of the ball. Seymour with the stop at the 27-yard line. Ninth play of this drive within scoring distance.
And it's the 2-minute warning.
Ball on the 27-yard line. And this is the ninth play of this drive. So 2 minutes left before halftime. McGuire scans the defense from the gun. They'll get it again. What
Oh,
are
they
you
tried.
doing?
Yeah, they did the shotgun handoff thing.
That's
okay.
right in my arms.
That's a bit of a break,
Now, that's just
right?
great play from the defense.
I was just like, I'm going to rush into the backfield and sack the quarterback, and then,
When you have defenders
you
in
know,
the
I guess
backfield,
that guy.
it makes
I got
it
that guy
very
instead.
difficult to run or pass.
Still, though, these guys do have a decent kicker, I think. You want me to call a timeout?
No.
Let them work the clock?
Yeah, might as well, because you know what? I can have the timeout on offense, and a minute and a half or ish is plenty of time for me anyway, right?
All right.
And it's up.
Well, that's not a good kick.
Nope, they're short.
Missed that one.
Well, it's never a guaranteed thing, right? You can have bad kicks, even from a good kicker.
That's right. You can.
So they have first and 10 here.
Well, that one looked like he didn't really make good contact with it either.
They'll come out of the nickel. Directing traffic. Throws it. Perfect pass. Snow is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 41-yard line. Edwards puts the ball away, and that's his fourth pass reception so far. Looks like he's changing the play. Looks like he's calling an audible. Dropping back, throwing. And he hits his target. Levy records the stop at the 46.
Oh, they gave you the first down there.
Draw it up
Yep.
any better than that. Textbook first down.
So far, so good.
Gaffney sends a man in motion. He tucks it away.
Okay, well, there's a little flavor of Anthony Gaines there.
Yeah, Chris Johnson there, or C. Johnson there. His strength rating is 75, which is absolutely tremendous for a halfback.
Yep.
At the very second he needs to do it.
Nickelback in this time. Directing traffic. They'll pass on first down. Tosses it right. He hits
Timeout.
the receiver.
Yeah. Oh, they're not going to let me call one yet. Okay.
There you go.
We have 3 timeouts, so we've got enough
Stops the clock there.
to keep things going here.
Fifth play of this drive. They need 7.
Well, we need more than 7, because our kicker has no leg.
Yep.
Calling an audible.
Got no time.
Drops back. Gets the pass off. Off target.
Run backwards, lose the first down. Okay.
Got it back, though.
Gaffney
Yeah.
wanted some time to sort things out. First and 10.
Well, if we can make about another 10 yards here, then we'll pretty much have what we need.
Something in the defense. Dropping back to pass on first down. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. He's at the 20. Number 57 makes the tackle.
Okay, I think it would be a good strategy here to just let the clock run down to about 3 and then call a timeout.
Yep.
Gaffney stops the clock with that timeout. So this field goal attempt will be from about 33 yards away. The kick is up.
Made it.
Yep, he made it.
Good. At the end of 2.
Okay, well, it's a close game.
It's a competitive game.
Yeah, I would imagine this is going to turn into a complete shit show in the second half, though.
Yeah, well, with all the backups in, oh man, it's going to be a mess. I'm playing the first string corners for sure.
Anyway, I guess we'll be back for the second half after the halftime stretch.
All right. And we're back.
Yes, and statistically, this is actually a pretty even game. All right. The Hawks are better at running than I am, obviously, but I'm still better at passing than they are.
Apparently.
Yeah. And we've got 1 turnover apiece. And the time of possession is actually pretty equal, although we do have a slight edge.
Well, we are making an effort to control the ball, though.
Yes, because here in the first half with our starting quarterback, I completed 62% of my passes, going 15 of 24. And I actually had 2 passes that picked up 18 yards each.
Yep.
For my long passes, yes. And rushing, actually, our rookie halfback did a pretty good job. He averaged 5.8 yards per carry on the carries that he did get.
Especially with that broken tackle.
Yep. 9. So basically, we ran the ball 11 times and
threw the ball 24.
Threw the ball 24. So I'm a little bit pass heavy there, but mostly though I call a run and then audible to a pass, right?
Yeah, because they crowd the box.
Yep. And that's something that'll probably never change. So anyway, Mr. Edwards there is our main pass receiver. But it was our fullback 2, Drew Shields, who got the touchdown reception. And of course, we had 5 drops in the first half, 3 by wide receiver Bennett and 2 by our halfback. So we're on a pace to 10 drops in this game.
I figured we would be, yep.
Yep. And defensively, well, look at this. The strong safety with 7 tackles. And you have 3 tackles, including a tackle for a loss. And of course, our left outside linebacker got the 1 sack. And it's our 2 strong safeties that actually have the dropped interceptions. So 1 and 2. And then, of course, we got the forced fumble on the punt return. And it is Austin Seymour, strong safety, who recovered that fumble. So there you go. And that's pretty much how the first half went. And we're receiving the kickoff for the second half.
All right.
So we'll have to have a quick look here and evaluate and see who we've got out there. I mean, on the bright side, at least I've got a decent arm strength backup. Oh, nice. Oh, strong safety.
Oh, fuck. It's the same guy.
Well, you could say that he's been both a positive and negative influence on this game, eh?
Well, maybe that's why. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Anyway, let's see who we've got in here. Okay, so Tommy Carter, who is not a scrambler, so I won't be doing any scrambling with him for sure. But he does have 82 throw power, although his 75 throw accuracy is a cause for concern.
But that'd make him one of the best backup quarterbacks on any cupcake team.
True. And we're not going to notice much of a difference, I don't think, between Johnson and Page.
Except Page can't break tackles.
Except that Page can't break tackles, and he's a little bit less quick to start, right? His agility is not that much different. He can catch, he's not as good at catching either, right? Although he does take a little better care of the ball. Okay, so at fullback now, we've got Shields as fullback 1. So they've swapped positions, right? They swapped places.
Yep.
So that means we've got a little bit more speed at the ball carrying fullback position there. And at wide receiver, we've got all the really, really bad guys in there now.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. They all suck.
Yeah. Well, we got this guy with 64 speed. That ought to be interesting.
He can't catch either.
Yeah. Well, neither can this guy, right? Like, all of our actual catching wide receivers, all 2 of them, are now wide receivers 3 and 4. So we'll see how it goes. If I struggle here a bit, I might actually go into the audible set for the 3 wide receiver group, just so that it gets our first and second string wide receivers in the game a little bit more again, right? But for the time being, I guess we'll just see what we can do here. Okay, and it looks like we're going to get started on this early.
Directing traffic.
Crowd in the box already.
Yep.
Dropping back. Throwing.
Oh.
Can't hang on to it. And this ball falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, like I said, I think we're probably on our way to 10 drop passes in this game. And so that's not really a surprise.
See, I love how John really makes an effort to talk about these drop passes like they're very rare.
Yeah.
Handed off to the fullback. Number 57 makes the stop at the
Well, managed to bowl that guy over and make some positive yards anyway.
Yeah, that was a satisfactory gain.
As the game goes on. The more he gets the ball, the better he does. I'd expect to see him get quite a few touches here as the game winds down.
Oh, we got double coverage on the wide receiver there.
calling an audible.
Guess we better go to something else.
And then they went to something. Nope, they still got double coverage on him.
Well, they maybe have double coverage on a different guy.
He fails to hang on.
We'll give someone else a chance to drop the ball.
Incomplete.
Well, that's 7.
Yep. Yeah, that's 2 drop passes already. Right?
But you can't think about the defender and what you're going to do with it after you make the catch. You got to make the catch first, and then you think about the other stuff later.
Here's the kick.
That's a good one, I think.
From the 30
Oh.
line.
Oh, well.
I jinxed it.
Yep.
A real big one.
Hey, he showed some good vision there. You have to see the entire field in an instant and just take off towards the open field. Got him a nice return for their team.
Ball on their own 48.
Not making any personnel changes.
No, not right now.
Play this one tight. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Dropping back to pass on first down. With the pass, great throw.
Oh,
Oh,
The vision.
yeah.
Oh, and then he
he
tripped.
stumbles and falls out of
fuck.
bounds.
wow.
Stumble bum. Wow.
So we have first
Oh, and that was a fumble, too. They're not
Yeah.
challenging it.
Yeah, I think that was actually a fumble. I think he was upright enough that they wouldn't overturn this one even if they did challenge him.
at the 48. They went back to the run on that play.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
8 to go. Changing the play now.
We'll just move the ball ahead 2 yards at a time.
Gets the call.
Face mask.
You want
Well,
someone there to
that
tell
will
you
give us a
about
first
that,
down.
because He just got decked.
Yeah, I know I was going to sub in the first and second string corners, but I had this feeling like, well, but the first and second string receivers will be matched up against the third and fourth string guys then.
Whatever it takes to get
Yep.
a guy down. This time he got caught pulling him down by the mask.
Looking downfield, and he
That guy had a spy.
Williams picks
Yep.
up about 4 yards on that reception.
Well, I sort of saw him following me out of the corner of my eye,
Ball inside the 34
but I
yard
figured,
line.
you know what, I'm going to just
Throw the short curl.
throw the short curl.
Looks like he's calling an audible. Cholo, the man in motion. Throws it.
Oh, I couldn't get it outside enough
Complete.
to get
Yeah,
him, to
this
get
guy
him
does
open.
not have an accurate arm.
Do a better job
Yeah.
of looking off the
Yeah,
cuff
you have to
before
throw
they
those to the
throw it
outside if they're going to work at all, right? Okay, let's try
Fifth
this.
play of this drive. Hawks come out on a nickel package.
Come on, Paige.
Dropping back. Throwing.
Well, that's 3 drop passes. We're up to 8 now, right?
Maybe a lot more. He drops it, leaving the offense facing a 4th down situation.
Very shallow
Doink.
punt.
Look at it this way. It's a hell of a lot better than having to punt out of our own end, though.
True, yep.
First and 10. Peterson, the deep man. Tosses it back to the right. Hardy is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 9-yard line.
Wow, they were generous there.
This rushing defense.
The guy seems to get stronger every time he touches the ball.
I don't think that he gained 4 yards there, but what can you do?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Partisan refereeing, eh?
Well, we are in their home field, right?
Yeah.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
Unfortunately, these cupcake teams tend to have like the most stickler of stickler referees on their home field.
Under pressure, gets the pass off. Short swing pass to the running back. Number 57 takes him down at the.
Well, that was no gain.
Number 11 picks up next to nothing on that one. Pass goes for about a yard. They need 6. The corners are backing off. Only one man in the backfield. Number 11 sends a man in motion. Dropping back.
Oh, boy.
Throwing.
Yeah, our rushing linebacker got pancaked by the halfback.
Your rushing linebacker got pancaked by the halfback, yeah.
That's not a usual outcome, and there's really nothing you can do about that.
Nope.
But that's second stringers for you.
Lines up with 2 backs behind him. They give it to the halfback. Hardy with the stop at the 25-yard line. They went with a running play.
You never know when you're going to find some room and break loose into the secondary.
5th play of this drive, and they need about 9. Peterson, the deep man.
Most annoying second string quarterback ever.
Yeah. With 35 fake snaps, right? However, if he keeps doing that, maybe one of his guys will move early, and then we'll get a 5-yard break there anyway.
6th play of this drive. A little over 4 to go. And we can attribute this lead to their
See that outside linebacker over there leaning?
Hand it off. Number 51 is
Well, at least they didn't flag him anyway. I guess he must have been okay.
Yep, he was fine.
up the middle and gets the first.
That was a good job by the back. We just saw the hole, and boom, he hit it right in there for a few yards, and he got.
They didn't get much on that one. Too bad it wasn't. They didn't need one more yard than what they got needed, right?
They line up in the I formation. Tosses it out to the right. Stiff arm there. Joyce records the tackle at the 38-yard line. Caldwell is having an outstanding day with over 100 yards rushing. 2nd and 7 coming up here. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. Again with the run.
Get over here.
At the 44. Pickup of about 5.
Well, you got him in 3rd down again, twice in a row.
1 yard to go. Here are the numbers when it comes to 3rd down conversions.
3rd down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays when they need them.
Go with the run once again. Taylor
That's going to be holding.
down at the 45.
Or yeah, decline it, then they'll punt.
Number 4 will come in now to punt it away.
Well, they're not going for it.
No, they won't, because they're ahead by, like they're ahead, right? They have a lead.
Fair catch called for.
Well, that ball stopped dead.
That's like the second one that's done that.
He puts backspin on the ball or something when he punts.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Just like your golf shots, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I put backspin on everything because I like to hit the ball almost straight up, right?
Throwing on 1st down. Throws it incomplete. That one goes right off the receiver.
Well, the defender didn't make a play on that, but it did just kind of hit the wide receiver and fall to the ground.
Yes, it did.
Hawks come out of the nickel package. Carter with a man in motion.
Well, we got a linebacker on that guy. I don't know whether that'll help, but
He surveys the field, gets the pass off. He hits
maybe we'll just throw it to that guy. It's a safe pass,
So they're looking for
right?
3rd down.
Yep.
5 yards to go. Hawks come out in a nickel package. Farr comes in motion. Drops back, looking downfield with the throw.
Hey,
And he gets hit stick.
the little quick out makes the 1st down for us.
Nice call going to the air, and that'll move the chain. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Well, they've got a pretty wide-looking defense there. I think I'm going to try and just,
Stuff it up the middle.
run it up the middle here and see if we can get a few yards that way.
Hand it off to the fullback. Green is the guy.
Well, linemen are left-hand side biased.
42-yard line.
Yeah.
Gain of 4.
I don't know why, they just are.
2nd and 6.
They always turn left if they're going to block someone instead of right.
Nickelback in this time. Dropping back, gets rid of it. Thrown behind, but caught. We'll feel that one tomorrow.
There's Mr. Williams.
Oh, nice. They gave us a 1st down, too, for that.
The corner, but the quarterback got rid of it quickly.
We actually got a good spot on that play, I think.
That was a great play because he saw him coming, remained calm, and threw an accurate pass.
Off again. Number 57 stops him at the 49-yard line. So a gain of about 1. They have to get the ball inside the 42 to convert. Hawks come out in a nickel package, directing traffic, calling an audible. Dropping back.
Oh!
He almost jumped that one.
Good thing he's a second-string player.
Yeah, well, what can you do, right? You got 2nd-string players all over the place here, so,
8th play of this drive.
Yo, he just dropped back like he was playing that like a zone there.
Yeah, I completely wasn't expecting him to do that. And occasionally you'll see a defender do that. Not very often, though.
Throwing on the run.
Because they're usually far enough out of position that, even if they play it well, you'll get a result like what you had there, right?
Yep.
They'll try to place this inside the 10. Here's the kick.
Well,
Inside their own 20.
we're still in this one.
They'll go from the I formation. Looking for room. Taylor with the stop at the 19. So that's a gain of about...
Well, I'm going to say that I ate up a blocker there.
Yep. Well, you know what? With the run blocking turned up to 16 for the AI, you're going to see a lot of runs like that where the guy goes into the middle of the pile and then somehow manages to make, 4 or 5 yards anyway, right? It's just going to happen sometimes.
Went right past me. I was just that much slower at getting off my guy.
They hit their blocks and the back found the right hole to get down the field and pick up a first down.
The backs are lined up in an I. Robinson, the man in motion.
I think you confused them a little bit. Somebody forgot to block that guy.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm okay with that.
This line's very aggressive up front.
Oh, that's that block skipping thing again, right? Like a couple of linemen probably just let that guy go, right?
Yeah, probably.
Is to run it right at him. Try and wear him out. Looks like they might be trying to do that same kind of thing.
Dropping back.
Wow. Oh, look at that. The defensive end fought his way in there.
I was occupying like 3 guys there, man, in the middle. I got to get some help.
You need a dime package out there now.
No, I need a nickel package out there.
Well, it's 3rd down and 18. I don't think they're going to run.
No, but you got to think about the types of formations they have that'll have 2 running backs back there. Now I'll put out a dime. Because I was going to run double flat zones there.
Ah.
They're going with a form of bunch formation.
They ran the ball anyway. Okay, I stand corrected.
Apparently. Aren't they supposed to be an air it out team?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they might be a strong offense team too, right? Because they do have a couple of pretty good running backs, but I think in this case, what they're doing is they're playing conservatively and trying to protect the lead, right?
The 1-point lead.
Yeah, they're trying to protect the 1-point lead. Because really, we haven't shown much in the way of offense in this game either, right? Okay, well, I guess I'll go with the play I got called on this one. Okay, that didn't work out so well.
I think you got to throw some passes to your fullback some more.
Second and long coming up here.
Yeah, but they didn't line up in the right type of alignment for me to do that time, right?
Hawks come out in a nickel package. Dropping back. He's looking, throwing left. With the adjustment, he has it. Number 45 brings him down at the 30-yard line.
Well, we made it back to 10-yard, within 10 anyway.
Yep.
Based on the long 3rd down play, here's a look at the 3rd down success rate of each team.
3rd down is when
each team has a shit 3rd down rate.
Yeah.
No matter who they are.
That wide receiver we have in there is not good, so I don't know if I'll get 10 yards on this, but...
Looking for an option with the throw.
Oh, look at that. He just let the guy step around him. That was the wide receiver's fault there, right? Like, look at this. You see that?
Yep.
Like, he completely didn't move toward the ball at all there. Wow. Okay.
Well, they are bad wide receivers.
Well, they're scrubs, and they're going to go sit on the bench after that now.
The offense gets ready to go following the interception.
He isn't going to get another chance out there. He's going to be sitting on the bench for the rest of this game.
The I formation. Robinson in motion.
Because that one is totally on that wide receiver as far as I'm concerned. There's no way that that pass should have gone that way.
Backing off. On the carry. Stopped behind the line, lost a couple. Peterson couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. And he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
Gets the pass.
Hey!
Almost a big
If only we'd picked it off.
Yeah, well, you know, it would have been nice, but what can you do?
Wow, their kicker is tiny, man.
Yeah,
So they're lining
he's a
up for the
pigmy.
kick. This will
He's
be
like
a
5'5".
50-yard attempt. And it's up.
Boy, he didn't make that one by much either.
Good. Hawks are holding on to a slim lead.
You can't let us lose to the half-sized kicker, man. He's pint-sized.
Well, like I said, I think I need to kick those two wide receivers that we've got out there right now back onto the bench.
The last time the defense was on the field,
And I think we need to go with our best players there, such as they are. So that would be
Edwards and
Edwards and Bennett. Then who are you?
Traylor is your third string guy.
Okay, yeah. You know what? We'll put Trailer at third again.
Probably want that other guy at fourth, though, because you don't want Farr at fourth.
Yeah.
Wow, Phil Farr is so bad.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not the player that botched that route, though, either, right?
Yeah.
we'll go back to the play on the
But
field.
that's what that was. It was a botched route.
First and 10.
Man coverage with wide 3-4 linebackers.
Handed off to the fullback. Plummer.
That was an amazing run up the middle.
39-yard
Yep.
line. I like how this big guy can run with a football.
Yeah, and this fullback can do more than just get out there and lead block. Give him the ball and watch him run.
That added another 10 yards to your rushing total.
Looks
Yep.
like he's changing the play.
Looks like they're going to do something similar, too, here.
Fullback handoff.
Thing is, this is still a close enough game that I don't have to abandon the run game, you know?
Pickup on the ground.
Hey, nice
Like,
job.
this isn't completely out of reach yet, and I can afford to
First down.
continue to run the ball a little bit. Okay, this isn't a look that I haven't seen before.
Carter sends a man in motion. Page.
Both of your lead blockers had to work to get you to the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, I just couldn't fit through the gap, eh?
They got there and shut that
I got there and I got to the gap. It's just that guy's not a very good runner,
Yep.
and I just couldn't get him through.
In certain situations, you can anticipate the play call and stop the play before it even gets started.
Drops back. He's looking. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. Number 45.
Clay would be our second string tight end.
Yeah, well, see, they had a guy following the other guy out to the flat. Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah, so I couldn't throw it to him.
Ball right around midfield. Hawks come out in a nickel package. Carter with a man in motion. Dropping back.
Uh-oh.
Williams was open on the right if you look there.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I don't have time to look. And even though I look pretty slick playing quarterback sometimes, usually I only, you know, especially when I'm playing with a team that's this poor at blocking, I usually only get a chance to look once. And if the guy I look at isn't open, well, then I'm pretty much done, right?
Well, that's okay. You got another inside the 20 punt.
Yep.
It's amazing that our punters never improve from all these inside the 20 punts. This is almost as if the inside the 20 statistic doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, yeah, it's mostly, I think, based on punt distance or something. I don't know.
Peterson, the deep back. They give it to the halfback. We'll feel that one tonight.
That'll be holding.
Yeah, that guy was holding me.
Lucky to be able to hold on to the ball.
He was totally holding me.
Going to be on the offense.
I don't know what the heck that was all about. There wasn't any holding on that one.
First down.
So no holding on that one? Because I'm trying to go upfield.
Yeah, was he the guy they actually called, though?
Yeah, he was the guy they actually called.
Oh. Well, there you go. You drew a penalty.
They'll go from the I formation. Pass play here on first down. Closing in.
I'm not so sure a pass play there in that situation would be the best thing to do, but
The quarterback has all the tools to look
there's
for.
another.
He just
That was
needs to
another
be a little more
turnover
patient out there.
opportunity lost, right?
Yep.
From the gun. Dropping back. Looking downfield.
Oh,
Just
you know
not
what?
fast
They,
enough.
in the first quarter, they called that one that happened to me a fumble, and they didn't call that one a fumble. Like, what kind of nonsense is that?
Is there a tight end on the line?
Man,
All
oh
of the
man,
nonsense.
that's all the nonsense, man. Like that's totally.
Number 11 sends a man in motion. Peterson. Taylor pulls him down.
Well,
At
they'll
the
be
12.
punting from their goal line here anyway.
They made the decision to just keep it on the ground. Take time off the clock, not force anything. This is a luxury of being ahead.
It's 4th and a mile, so out comes the punter. Here's the kick. He's waving for the fair catch.
Ooh, he almost missed it.
Well, he is second string, right?
Oh, that's nerve-wracking, though, when you do that. When you call a fair catch, normally you expect the guy to just stand there and catch the ball, right? Without all that extra excitement.
Changing the play now. Hold that handoff. Number 50. makes
Good
the
run.
stop at the
Yeah, I think that's a
44-yard
good
line.
idea. Rather than trying to run slants and that kind of thing,
He'll come out of the
you know, and
backfield and
off-tackle
make a few
runs, I
catches
think
too.
when I see
Forget
that
about it.
their 3-4 alignment like that, I'm just better off to just charge up the middle and try and get what I can, right?
He sees something in the defense. With the pass, and the catch is made.
Oh, look at this.
Right through.
Go
Number
Edwards.
41 makes the tackle at the 27-yard line. That'll move the change, John.
Yeah, when you put together a great pass with a heck of a catch, that's exactly what you're going to get.
Well,
Page, the motion man. Pass play here on first down. Gets rid of it.
There was nobody out there.
yeah, nobody out there.
14-yard line.
And that guy used to be a wide receiver, not that you can actually tell from his
Well, they had the
statistics.
other receivers
Yeah.
pretty well covered. They never accounted for him. It's a pretty good game.
The defense lines up in the nickel. Carter sends a man in motion. Going to the air on first down. On the move.
Oh, well, that one was just not enough arm strength on it, I think.
Fifth play of this drive. Hawks come out in a nickel package. He surveys the field, throws on the move. Number 41 records the stop.
Well, Clay will get you a little bit closer, and then you just got to do that same thing again.
Yep.
Sixth play of this drive. They're down inside the 10.
This team has failed to score touchdowns inside the red zone today.
Yeah, it's been a tough day so far.
With the throw,
Hey, there's a touchdown.
By Phil Farr, the worst wide receiver in pretty much the whole league.
Yeah. Hey, we got the lead.
Given the opportunity to make big plays.
Gets in the extra point. The kick is up, and he tacks on the extra point. The visiting team find themselves up by a small margin. The visiting team
Well,
lined up for the kickoff.
It's been a tight game so far, but at least we've been in it.
Yep.
Oh, that's not a very good kick.
They'll return this one.
It'll be fine.
From the 10-yard
Falk there
line.
is CB number 1.
Yeah. Oh, he just took a 5-yard face mask penalty.
And it looks like there's a penalty on the play.
He has 89 speed.
Called it inadvertent.
You know, there's so many limbs flying and body parts moving around. And you just tackle whatever you can and you grab anything that's moving. Sometimes you get a handful of mass.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Looking for room. He'll feel that one tomorrow.
I just can't get off my guy fast enough there.
Yep.
Hold on to the ball.
Gain of 7. Second.
Well, you'll just have to persevere, though, right? So far, you've done very well.
Oh, he ran me over.
You've done very well at not giving up a big play so far. You know, even though they've accumulated some yardage.
Well, we had that one long bomb in the first quarter.
Yeah. What I'm talking about, though, is no instant touchdowns, right? You haven't given them any gimmies.
Great penetration there.
And that's the thing. To stop any kind of run between the tackles, you have to get some sort of penetration.
And we're playing with a lead, and you know what? The way that this game has gone, I'm kind of okay, even if we end up with a tie here.
Williams makes the tackle at the 49. And this is the 5th play of this drive. They need 6. The quarterback is back in the shotgun.
Running out of the shotgun again. Now they're going to go on 4th down.
That they are. I'm going to let the clock tick here because I think once it gets around this time, they stop with the accelerated clock. So now we're going to switch to where we take as long as possible to call a defensive play.
There's no question they're trying to convert here on 4th down. Throws it. Perfect.
He couldn't turn and get out and stay in play.
Go for it and don't make it.
That was a conversion.
Yeah.
Have to be disappointed. And it's worse because now the other team has the ball.
2-minute warning coming up.
I think that was that lightning fast second stringer they have.
With the carry.
Oh.
Yeah, with how hard he just got
Well,
in,
that takes us to 2 minutes.
hold on to the ball.
Yep.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now.
I think I'm just going to probably run the ball 2 more times and then punt it back into their end.
And we reached the 2-minute mark.
Unless they do something like this.
Page goes in motion.
Well, Edwards is receiver number 1, and he'll be running deep.
Looking downfield on the run.
Hey,
Did he
completes
ever- I
the
didn't-
long pass.
I didn't think that was going to be a catch. He really worked for that one.
Yep. Well, I threw it as a lob too, right? Like as a touch pass.
So
You see that whole thing where he went and chased after that ball. That's the difference between him and that like 5th string guy, right?
Yeah.
Or that 4th string guy who was the one who gave up that interception.
get the call again. Diving tackle at the 22-yard line.
Now you're moving.
Yep. I've been able to work the middle of their defense a little bit, right?
They'll convert for the 1st down if they can get the ball inside the 21.
And of course, I'm going to do the same thing again.
Gives the ball off.
Yeah, you've got 2 good ball-carrying fullbacks.
Yep. Well, this is the kind of game that I'm going to have to play this season because we have a complete and utter lack of talent on the offense, right?
Well, except at fullback, apparently.
Except at fullback, apparently. Okay, well, I guess. We'll just let the clock run and we'll see if we can run around some of these guys. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll go this way instead.
Carter sends a man in motion. Hand off to the tailback.
Nice.
Green makes the tackle at the 6-yard line.
Well, that's their last time out.
Sixth play of this drive. About 2 to go. Shields. Number 50 stops him at the 5. Ball on the 5-yard line. And this is the 7th play of this drive. Just over a minute still to go. Looks like he's calling an audible.
Well, we'll just do the same thing again here, and if we make it, great, and if we don't, then I guess we'll be kicking a field goal.
Shields.
For a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is exactly how to get the ball in the end zone. Just
And that's
get in
one
behind
for
the center
Shields.
guard and keep pushing and pushing.
That'll help him improve.
6 points on the board.
I'm amazed that we managed to win this game, actually.
Yeah, it started out really rough, didn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I gave up so many points.
And it's up. The point after is good. The visiting team now enjoy a 2-touchdown lead. The visiting team are ready to kick this one off. Good kick should be returnable. From the 9-yard line.
Well,
Baltimore needs
finish
two
it out.
scores to get back into this one. 1st and 10. Backing
Yep.
off.
have to say, though, we did get a couple of pretty lucky breaks in this game, too, eh?
Short throw. This one falls incomplete. Time is working against
Yeah, with
them.
those fumbles.
Yeah.
So we might have gotten some untimely turnovers, but we got some timely turnovers right back. It kind of balanced out.
Number 11 will work out of the shotgun. Drops back. Looking for an option. Puts everything behind this one.
Yeah, to the halfback running down the middle.
Yep.
At the 36-yard line.
That's okay. At least you had a defender there to tackle him, right?
He'll stop the clock.
He didn't have enough time.
Come to the end of this one, and
Yeah, it just took everybody too long to...
Took everybody too long to line up after that long pass play, right? Well, congratulations. You played a very good defensive game.
Well, I did my best.
Yeah. And I have to say, I had to sub in those two wide receivers in the second half, like the last part of the fourth quarter there, because I just couldn't play with the two I had, right?
Yeah, if one of those guys gets hurt, we're in rough shape.
Yep. Look at that. Managed 100 yards on the ground. Wow. And 237 yards passing. Look at them running for 173 yards. Even with that last long pass, they still only got 131 yards through the air, eh?
Yep.
2 turnovers apiece. And 2 penalties each. And the time of possession was still pretty close, eh?
Yeah, they definitely got their opportunities, that's for sure.
Yep. So passing, Gaffney completed 62% of his passes, and Carter completed 57% with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. 12 of 21. And looks like our fullback Rotolo there had the
Good day running.
good day running. And of course Johnson in the first half. And our other fullback had a good day running the ball too. So then there's our second string halfback. Only got 2 touches actually. So there we go. Edwards with 7 catches. We didn't actually manage to get the ball to our other receivers very much. 6, 8, 9, 10. So there we go. 10 drop passes, right? In this game. We had a long pass of 23 yards. That was that last one that we threw to Edwards there, right? Blocking, well, not much going on there, but at least nobody gave up a sack. I didn't get sacked in this game? How did I not get sacked? Huh, nope, I didn't get sacked. So, looks like defensively, well, not too much change there either. You had a few tackles for losses. Quite a few, actually.
Yeah, they had a lot of trouble with those wide runs, but they were running them against a dime defense. Like, what are you going to expect from a wide run against a dime defense?
Yep. Ed Clemens fighting his way through for the sack in that one play.
Pretty heroic, yep.
Yep.
Actually, he's the guy I want to start at that position.
Yeah. You got 2 sacks. You had 4 pass knockdowns. 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah, one of them was your doing.
Yeah, and we recovered both. Which is pretty lucky, right? Kicking 2 for 2, but we didn't have to kick any long field goals. And our punting net average sucked, but we also had 3 inside the 20 punts, and I would say probably 2 of those 3 punts were inside the 10. So that's precision placement, folks.
Yep.
That's what that's all about.
And it made a big difference.
Yeah. So kick return, no punt returns. So how did they do? Well, their starter did pretty well. Completed 5 of 9 for 73 yards and a touchdown. And Mickey Sellers. Oh, you're lucky that he's a mobile quarterback too. I'm surprised he didn't try to scramble on you a bit more.
Yeah, who knows why.
Yeah.
Maybe just an awareness thing.
Yeah. And they each got a long-ish pass completed against you, but neither of those passes were long touchdowns. So both of these guys did pretty well, although that guy not so well. Not as well. But the longest run you allowed was 14 yards, even though you gave up a lot of rushing yardage, right?
Well, we leaned quite heavily on our safeties, which are better quality defensive players on this team.
Anyway, it looks like they had a few players with catches. They had 1 drop pass the entire game.
Yep.
And they had, of course, the 2 long receptions. Blocking, well, they had guys knocking our defenders down all over the place.
Even I got pancaked a couple times.
Yep. Okay, cornerback with 11 tackles. They only got 2 tackles for a loss against me. Sacks, 1 interception, and 4 pass deflections. 1 forced fumble, which they did recover. And they missed 1 field goal. That turned out to be a big difference too, eh?
Yep, they would have been 20-20 there.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. I think that if we'd been playing a better team, we probably would have been in trouble.
Probably, yeah.
I don't think that we're in championship form just yet. That's for sure.
No, we need to improve a lot through the preseason here.
Yeah, because the Hawks, even though they are a so-called strong offense team, their defense is extremely weak, right?
Yep.
And I barely managed to scrape together 27 points against them. So anyway, Austin Seymour was the player of the game.
Strong safety.
With 6 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, there we go. Week 1 of preseason is done.
Indeed.
So, hope you all enjoyed that, and we'll enjoy watching maybe a little bit more competitive type of football.
With snazzy jerseys, too.
With snazzy purple and black jerseys, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess until next time.
I'm Recv5.
And I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.